v-am găsit! E o onoare și o bucurie să stăm astăzi de vorbă cu Giacomo Medici, cel care este bariton. Pasiune și cânt, operă și tango, acestea îi sunt aproape de suflet lui Giacomo Medici. După ce a absolvit literatură și filosofie la Universitatea din Bologna, a terminat Conservatorul Rossini din Pesaro. A avut colaborări importante cu mari nume din lumea filmului. A participat în calitate de cântăreț la producții care au câștigat premiul Franco Abbiati, cel mai important premiu al criticii muzicale italiene. Printre producțiile la care a participat recent se numără Carmen, Don Giovanni, Traviata, Don Pasquale, Nunta lui Figaro sau Madama Butterfly, Tosca și Rigoletto. În 2021 a cântat în opera Maria de Buenos Aires a lui Astor Piazzolla, montată la Teatrul Goldoni din Livorno, și a făcut turnee în multe teatre italiene. În 2022 a participat la o producție a aceleiași opere, Piazzolla, la Belgrad, în Serbia. Pe lângă lumea operei, Medici este implicat și în lumea tangoului, fiind cunoscut în Argentina și în America Latină drept italianul care cântă tango. Este adesea invitat al unora dintre cele mai importante orchestre de tango argentinian, inclusiv la Orquesta Tipica Juan D'Arienzo și Quinteto Leopoldo Federico. A înregistrat peste 10 albume. Turneul său cel mai recent l-a purtat pe diverse scene, atât din Europa cât și din America Latină, iar în Argentina, de la Buenos Aires până la Țara de Foc, a fost în locuri care au făcut istorie în ceea ce privește tangoul. Cel mai recent a participat ca personaj principal la serialul TV de la opera Tre voci dentro, difuzat de Rai Play și alte canale de televiziune. Revista Cosmopolitan l-a inclus printre cele mai interesante realități ale scenei muzicale italiene. Trebuie spus că, în calitate de textier, Giacomo Medici a câștigat premiul internațional Orașul Ancona și a colaborat din nou ca textier cu compozitorul român timișorean chiar Țari Tibor și a fost finalist național la premiile de muzică Fabrizio de André și Botteghe d'autore. Mă bucur acum să-i spun bine ați venit. Hello, you are welcome.
Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot. I'm very happy to be here in the wonderful Timișoara.
I think we should start by telling the people what is your story related to music. How did you become an opera singer? Was it a childhood dream, or you just fell in love with music later in your life?
To love music when you are Italian is really easy and is really natural, because we are lucky citizen. Because every time that you look around you, you can hear something that you like, you can see beautiful monument. We born inside heart in Italy. And this is for the music too. It's really important because we are the country of music, and since you are a child, you have the possibility to hear maybe the music that will make you fall in love. This happened to me with opera because I used to hear my grandmother singing since I was young, and some melodies entered inside me. I'm talking about popular melodies, not the classical melodies, so easy music, but that in this age was really famous in our country. From this way, I started loving music. And step by step, I arrived to love opera. I live in Marche, that is a region in the center of Italy. We have an important conservatorio called Rossini, in the name of Gioacchino Rossini, the composer. That's why I told it to you that we are lucky in our country, because you have the possibility to study music if you want to the highest level. And I entered in this conservatorio and I fell in love with classical music. So this is the first part of my musical life, because in the second hand, in the second moment, I started to hear different kind of music too, and I became the singer that now I am, divided between opera, that is my first job, how can I say?
Your profession?
Yes, and other kind of music that I sing, that I record sometimes, and that I have the possibility to sing all around the world. That's why I'm really the luckiest. I feel like the luckiest man in the world. Not only so classical music, but related other music that are related with the classical one. Tango is one example, because it started like a popular music and now have become a sort of we can say entered in the world music, and people everywhere knows tango. So for us is a work possibility that we have to sing another repertoire, another kind of music, not only classical.
The music was not your first choice. You studied literature and philosophy. Why?
Because, as I told you, especially close of my region, the city where I was born was Ancona, and Bologna is another important country. Is really close to my city, and Bologna is one of the most ancient university in the world. It's very ancient, it's very important, and the possibility to study philosophy in this university for me was something that I had to do. So I decided to start this kind of career, but at the same time, while I was studying, I was singing. To sing was my work, and I sing it everywhere, every kind of music, rock, pop. So I was curious. I am curious.
You have experimented a lot.
Yes. While I was doing that, the so-called world music was growing, and I had the possibility to listen with YouTube, with internet, music coming from everywhere. So opera was not enough. I wanted to hear more, learn more, and to put everything together in my song, because I had the possibility to work with a composer that permitted to me to write, for example, the lyrics of his work. That's the reason why I'm Timisoara now, because in this part of my career I had the possibility to know, for example, Tsari Tibor, this composer that called to me and asked me to sing his songs. That's what happened to me. From opera, I moved in the world of music, and but every time I come back to my home, there is opera.
Okay, but you have a passion for tango. This is clear.
Yes.
How did this passion start? From where?
Tango and opera are the two parts of my soul, and they are really linked. In Argentinian say that one tango, 3 minutes of music, has inside 2 hours of opera, because it's like if in 3 minutes a tango can tell the history of your life. And that's why I fell in love with tango. I was in tournée in Argentina with a recital, and in this recital I decided to sing some tangos too, like a sort of, they say, homenaje, like a way to say thank you to this audience.
To honor Argentina.
Yes, and while I was singing, I felt that what I was singing was really what I felt. It not every time happen with opera or pop music. Sometimes, like interpreter, you sing, you have to transform yourself and to sing what you have to sing. In that moment, I felt like Giacomo Medici, that was singing his big sufferance for a woman, or for life, or for this melancholic feeling that tango gives you. And I felt in love with tango. And people received this feeling, and the audience started to, how can I say, they was loving my way of singing tango, and they was asking me to come back. So I started every year to sing in Argentina, and I became a tango singer. And that's how it happened, and I started recording music, recording CD, and making collaboration with important tango artists like Ariel Ardit, that is one of maybe the most important tango singer now. and Argentinian tango singer. I sing with Argentinian orchestras. I made this kind of relation, so when I go in tournée in Argentina, I feel surrounded by the most important tango musician. I feel really happy.
You speak about tango with such passion. What now, years after, is tango for you? What does tango represent for you?
Yes, for me, tango represents a moment in which I can sing to myself, in which I feel completely free. In tango, a man has the possibility to sing the suffering of love. Usually in pop music, it's a woman that say, oh, I'm suffering for a man. In the tango, it's the contrary. The man cry for the sorrow that is inside because of a woman. So sometimes when I sing it, I think about what happened to me. I'm not singing, I'm speaking about myself. And only tango gives to me that. Opera has a big repertoire. Every character that you sing is different from the other. So that's why people pay an actor and they pay a singer to enter in different characters.
I just want to ask you, what are the differences in the technique of opera and tango? Are there differences, or do you approach them?
Yes, there are differences, and that's why it's not easy to sing both things. There are singers, opera singers, that sing tango in the same way. But I don't like this way of singing tango. There are differences, because when you sing tango, the voice sometimes has to be not too much constructed, how can I say. So you need a technique, but you have not to, how can I say, to push hard. You have just to pay attention to not sing in a lyrical way, because can be too much. You have to be divided between the possibility to use your voice in a in a sort of a lyrical way, but at the same time to find a way to speak to people, not only singing to people.
To transmit your feelings to people.
Yes, so that's why to sing tango is not easy. And I tell you more, I think that you can sing tango only if you know what tango is talking about. For example, before singing, I went a few times in the places where tango was born. I met Argentinian people. The way of living of these people, the way of living of the author that wrote these songs. You have to breathe tango before singing, and when you start, then you have the possibility to, you know what you are singing, how can I say? You have to speak with people to find this fraseggio that you can learn from discos, or nobody teach you like opera. You have to go there in the city to meet people, ears, and then start singing. The language too that is called porteño is the language of Buenos Aires, that is different from Spanish. So the language too is not so easy to be credible when you sing that. And I was afraid, because being an Italian, I said, wow, how can I do that? But people liked that because I was singing with the respect of Argentinian music and of tango, but giving my way too of singing it.
What were the best moments for you in tango? Were they in Argentina, or where did you felt very good singing tango?
Yes. Professionally talking, in a professional way, I love when I have the possibility in every part of, in every country, to sing with Argentinian orchestra or Argentinian artists. Because when I sing with them, I can feel if they, how can I say, respect me, and if they think that, okay, he can sing tango. So every time I have to confess, this is like a sort of little exam for me, because
you feel validated if they trust you.
It's like for me to enter in a church and to enter in this kind of holy moment. And I do that because I am surrounded by people that was born where tango, well, tango became tango. So I feel respect for them, and I enter in like a holy moment that, professionally speaking, is important for me. When I sing in Argentina, I feel that I have to be myself, that I have to sing this language, but that I have to bring something of me, without being afraid to be myself. Because as I told you, tango has his language, not only dancing, singing too. But if tango came to us, it's because he had an evolution, a constant evolution. So I think that every one of us, if you do that with respect, can be part of this evolution. I make you an example. This composer, Tsari Tibor, that is from Timisoara, and he play his tango, for example. I am more linked to the tradition. He play his tango, he's not afraid about nothing, and he go. That's why he said to me, come to sing tango with me. And I say, okay, so try to make something different. I will sing one tango in Italian. So with him, for example, we are totally free. And this is like another kind of language that he's creating, and I am helping, bringing my voice that is a little bit more linked to the traditional way of singing tango, because that's my way of singing. I love tradition. I put something inside, but I remain inside the tango tradition. But together, we make something different. How can I say? So and what Tsari writes has inside something of the Bulgarian tradition, Romanian tradition. So he makes something new.
How did this collaboration started? How did you met?
Well, we met in internet, because maybe he was following me in my social and things that I do. I was following him because I was reading about this tango orchestra in Romania. I said, let me see. So we met in this way, and I wrote it to him, and I was interested about it because as a writer, I write songs too, I write lyrics for composers. So it's very creative, this kind of work that we do. And when he sent to me the music, I started hearing his music, and I wrote the lyrics in Italian, in Spanish. So we was completely free, because it was not like to enter in the holy Argentinian church in which I had to pay attention. I can write of what I like, of what is my life, for sure, following the language of tango, but in a new and in a creative way. And let me say that I love Romania for these reasons, because this country, in the same time, is very linked and close to the tradition, but he has the desire to do new things. So these are the two different energies of these places that I love. That's why I like to sing in Romania.
What do you know about our country, about Romania, about Timisoara? Have you been here before?
I have been here, this is my third times, because here there is a tango community that is doing nice things, and when they organize the Timisoara Tango Festival, is called, I think Timisoara Tango Festival, or Malena Tango Festival maybe, they called me, and I'm happy to come here and to sing tango for people that love tango. So I passed really nice days in Timisoara. I really like this country, and it's weird that now I feel at home. I don't know how to say that, but I feel
it's nice to hear that. Maybe you could start a collaboration with the Timisoara Romanian Opera. Yes, it would be an idea.
Yes. No, I'm sure it will happen. I'm sure it will happen. Tango bring me, yes, had bring me here, and a few things are happening in opera too. For sure, I will have the possibility. I'm pretty sure to sing here. So let's see what happens, and I'm sure we will see again.
Is there a tango philosophy, and if it is, what is it all about?
I love an opera called Maria de Buenos Aires. Maria de Buenos Aires is an opera that wrote Astor Piazzolla. I love to sing for different reasons. One of these reasons is that Maria de Buenos Aires mix opera and mix tango. So it's exactly what I am. The way you sing and the way you have to sing this opera is not opera and not tango. It's something in the center. So another reason why I love this opera. There is a part in which the singer say, nostalgias de cosas que aún no han pasado. It means the nostalgia of something that didn't happen, that have not happened and that you desire that maybe happen, but the nostalgia of the future. That's what I feel about tango. Maybe because I'm so nostalgic, as you said, and as I confessed to you. But this is what I feel that tango has inside. He needs music to. There is every time something in the between. For example, the sound of bandoneon, that is the instrument of tango, is not the same of accordion. It can be related, but it's different because accordion.
It's more tragic a little bit, or I don't know, more dramatic.
It's
maybe.
More dramatic because it was used when people couldn't have an organ. So it's used for holy music. And with an instrument of holy music, you speak about the tragedy of love and of a girl that don't love you, or what will happen on my life. Let me drink because I wanna be drunk and don't think about life. But you tell that with an holy instrument. This is tango, you know, this sentiment of being between.
They say life is like a tango. Sad, sensual, sexy, violent, and quiet.
This is true. This is true. This is true. I had nothing to what you said because maybe it's a perfect resume of what tango is.
What are your projects for the future? What are you intend to do in the near future?
Yes, when I will come back in Italy, I have to start studying hard for because I have to sing Cavalleria Rusticana of Mascagni. It's a wonderful music, and I'm happy to have to sing it in August. Then I will have a few concerts and a recital in Italy, in different parts of Italy, and then I have to go to France for a Madama Butterfly. I will work 1 month in France. And, but this day I received other proposal of concerts in Romania, so maybe I will come back in October, I don't know. So I have a work to do. I'm happy because for an artist, these years have been really hard with the pandemic and everything. So I'm happy that I can completely come back to my life that is not only recording and going in the television, but to sing for people, for the crowd, with people, and so thanks God that permit me to come back to my work.
Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon here in Timișoara.
Thank you to you, alla Casa de Cultura di Timișoara, and to everyone. You have been really pretty. Thanks really a lot to Zari that invited me, and all the guys of the culture, the Casa de Cultura of Timișoara. Just let me see one thing. Before coming here, I hope that the interview could be in Italian or in Spanish. I was reading Spanish, but was not expected in English. I hope to have done the best I could.
I think we have managed.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.